This time 5 years ago, I uploaded this video, which is my everyday cruelty-free makeup look. And obviously since then, a lot has changed in terms of my looks and my makeup looks. So today, for a bit of fun, I thought I'd recreate that makeup look using all the products from the video. And a lot of these I actually have stopped using, so it'll be interesting to retry them. And I actually managed to get almost all of them, even though a few have been discontinued. So let's jump straight in and recreate that makeup look. Starting with skincare, I don't know how I used to do this, but I literally only ever used to use an all-round cream. I didn't use any serum, I didn't use like eye cream, SPF, none of that. I used to use a fat tub of cream. So I'm going in with this, and I recently purchased this, and I'll link all the products that I use below. It smells so good. It smells so natural and fresh. It's like lemon. One thing I will say as well actually is that products don't do this anymore. Look at how full to the top that is. Like everything else is like, they don't fill it up to the top, but that's brand new. Like, look how filled up that is. That's really, really good. Anyway, so I'm starting off by going in with this. I'm just having a look at my application method, and it is pretty much just a rub all over my face with no technique, just rubbing all in. And I don't put it down my neck. So I'm just gonna grab some of this, and it is so thick. So obviously you don't need a lot. I'm just gonna use like that much. So I'm literally doing what I did in that video, and I'm just rubbing this all over my skin, and I'm not gonna lie, it feels so luxurious. So that's just all over my face. I'm not putting any down my neck, which is really, really hard not to do. That's your skincare done. No SPF, no nothing, just that fat cream. So next up, I'm going on to my concealer. Nowadays, what I'd normally do is start with my eyebrows, my eyes, because if any fallout happens, I can wipe it away before I do my base. But obviously back in the day, I was just straight in with the base, like straight to the point, no faffing around, base, eyes, lips. Done. So we're gonna go in with the base, and for my base, I'm using this concealer. So they don't actually sell this anymore, so I managed to pick one up from Amazon in the exact same shade. This is the Revolution Fast Base Concealer in C2, and I used to repurchase this concealer. I remember I was absolutely obsessed with it, so I'm kind of like intrigued to see what I loved about it so much. So I've got all this thick moisture all over my hands. I can't open the bloody thing. Yuck. So I finally got into the concealer, thank God. So it's finally ready to be used. So looking at this video now, I obviously put like a generous amount under my eyes, which is good because I'm tired. I put a little bit on my chin and a little bit on like a few spots around my cheeks, but I put nothing on my head. So I don't know about that. So I'm just gonna go in and do exactly what I did. Obviously it was a very natural, clean girl base look. I'm just gonna twist. Oh, it's coming out as oil. Yuck. Okay, that's coming out as water. Okay, now it's coming out as product. So I think it just had a little bit of a mental breakdown, but it's fine. It's back. So I'm just gonna do what I did, and I'm not gonna lie, the formula feels really, really smooth. So I'm gonna go a bit on my chin, and then I just put a bit around here. I've got a massive spot there, but I can't conceal it because I didn't put concealer on my head. I think that smells off, but it's fine. And to blend that in, I didn't even use a sponge or a brush. I used my fingers. So I'm just gonna blend in with my fingers. I don't know how I managed to do this and get ready to anywhere on time, because this is taking absolutely ages. And then I kind of just go like this. And then I also go over my eyes. No brush, no sponge, just fingers. So I think that's the best I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna lie, it has given like a nice bit of coverage. It does feel like a really, really good formula. So I don't know why they discontinued it. I would like actually rebuy this again if it was available. Just the application method that I used to do is questionable. So now to set that in place, I used to use a rose powder, and this is from Primark. I looked absolutely everywhere for it, but it just doesn't exist anymore. So the closest I could get was Pink Blossom by Rimmel, which again was still a brand and the same powder that I used in the past. And what I used was this exact brush. I still have this brush, and what I literally did was swirl this around, and I used to just go, no technique, no nothing. Now it is time to add a bit of colour and contour my face. So I never used to use any bronzer. I feel like I never was like a bronzer kind of girl. I think because I was very, very pale, it just used to make me look muddy. So I used to go in with contour instead. And to do this, honestly, I used to love this. It is the Sleek Light Face Form Contouring Palette. So when I bought it years and years ago, it used to just have a bronzer and a highlight, whereas now, or a contour and a highlight, whereas now it's got a blusher in there as well. So I'm just gonna ignore the blush. We're just gonna go in with the contour. It still looks really nice. So that looks like a really, really light colour, so I do actually like this. And to do this again, I'm using exact same brush. It is my Real Techniques, and I used to do the classic. I'm not gonna lie, that's a really, really nice shade for if you're pale, and it's a very, very nice blendable shade. So I actually am very much liking this so far. So I've done my cheeks. Now for my nose, I literally used to just go. There was no technique, it was the same brush, same big brush. I used to just do a simple look, no faffing about, no small brushes, just get down to it. Now for blusher, I'm going in with the same one. This is probably really, really old, but I just never got rid of it for some reason. So this is the W7 Very Vegan Powder Blush, which looks a little bit like this. So it's a really pretty pink shade. But for this, I used to use a gigantic brush. So to be fair, it does say blusher on it, but it just seems huge. I used to be really heavy-handed with my blusher, so I used to like pack it on, honestly. So I'm literally just gonna do this, and I'm really just gonna blend that in. To be fair, I did blend it a lot in the video, so I'm just gonna keep blending on the other side. I think because I never used to bronze, blusher was where it was at for me, so I used to really blush. And then on the top of my nose. Now time to highlight. I honestly never really highlight anymore. It's just something I don't do, but I used to in the past. So in the past, I used to use the Makeup Obsession in the shade Moon. So this is just a highlighter that used to be able to pop out and make your own palette. Like they used to be huge in Boots, but they don't do them anymore. So I remember loving this, and I did actually get rid of it. So I managed to find one on eBay recently, but it looks really, really nice. And what I used to do was pop this. Oh my god, okay, so a little definitely goes a long way with this. I do not know why this was discontinued. I'm not gonna lie, this is better than my Anastasia ones. So that's really, 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 really nice. I really, really like that. And look at the glow. Sorry, I keep looking in the viewfinder, but look at the glow. Now for brows, I still use this brand. However, I now use the micro pencils. Back in the day, I used to be obsessed with this. This was the brow crayon and gel. 2-in-1. So I'm just going to take this out, and it still is the exact same packaging, and it still has that nice little triangle on the top. So I never used to comb through my brows before I did them. I literally used to like scribble them in, so I'm literally just gonna have to do that. Oh dear. Then at the end, I used to just sort of follow my brow down, and that's pretty much brows done. No faffing about again. And now I'm going in with the gel on the end. I'm not gonna lie, this is a really, really cool design because I feel like it's really good for if you travel. Right, so now my brows are done, I'm going straight onto the eyes, so I'm not putting any eyeshadow primer on. It's just not what I used to do. And I'm going in with my Blood Sugar palette, which obviously came out years and years ago. I still have the same one. Anyway, so starting off, I literally have the exact same brush as well. And I'm starting off by going in with Cake Mix. And what I'm gonna do is literally, I used to just tuck this in my crease and just go and just blend it across like that. So now that Cake Mix is all over my eyes, I then used to take the shade Sweetener, which is actually like a shimmery shade, and I didn't use my finger for this, which is what I do now. I used to take the same brush and literally side to side all over my lid, like no technique whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie, this is working really, really well. Okay, that actually doesn't look bad. I'm kind of proud and impressed with my younger self. Next, I'm taking that darker shade, and I'm using the same brush again. So I'm using that darker shade, I'm taking it on the outer corner, up and around there, and I'm also using this big fat brush under my eye to blend that in. So literally, I'm just gonna do that. There was no swirling either, so I'm not gonna swirl. And then just under the eye with the big fat brush, all the way to the very end and back, which just made me look really, really tired. And I'm just gonna do that on the other side. I can't get over how bad this looks under my eye. So that is my eyes done. That's what I chose to do. Next up, I'm going in with another Soap & Glory product. This is the Kohl liner in black. So how did I used to apply? Oh god. So I used to put that in my waterline at the top of my eye, clearly, and then tap it in my lower waterline. Oh, there we go, in a bit of a smudge. What am I doing? So I'm just putting this on my upper eyelid waterline and my lower one, but in my lower one, I'm going to tap it on. So I'm going with the same technique. Why the hell did I do it like this? Oh my god. So I'm fixing it with my classic method of fat brush and swipe. And now time for my favourite technique. I don't know why I tap it on, but I do. So I will say that it's given a really nice black effect. It is a really, really good eyeliner, to be fair. It's just my method was not what I would do. I definitely would not do that method again today. Now again, for the eyes, moving on to another Soap & Glory. You can tell these are all 3 for 2. Obviously, I like my deals. I'm going in with the Thick and Fast High Definition Mascara, which actually looks very, very pretty. And this method that you're seeing here is clearly get it on as quick as possible. So I'm putting that on my top lid, oh god, and also my bottom lid, and stretching my eye out so I get aging quicker. So I'm literally just gonna do, I don't know what method I'm doing here. So we're starting with the quick flick method at the top. So I'm literally just gonna, ouchie. And you can see why I don't do a lot of these methods anymore, because clearly they do not work. Okay, so I've done my top lashes, and I'm not gonna lie, this mascara is actually very, very nice. Like, I would say it's more of a wet formula. Oh, sorry, let me do my method. It's more of a wet formula, but it goes on really, really nicely and separates the lashes really, really nice. Right, so my mascara is now on, and when I did my video, I did my little... Next up, I'm moving on to my lips, and for this I'm using Primark's Lip Pencil in Nudes in the Buff. And you may think, have I still got that lip pencil? I have. I've literally got the smallest little bit left because I do really, really love this, and I only use it on special occasions. So today is a special occasion, and I'm going back in with my little baby lip pencil. So I'm starting with my bottom lip from the centre, and then starting from the centre of my top lip. So I'm gonna do the same for that now. And now for my lip gloss, I used to use a Revolution one in a brown shade, which I could not find anywhere for the life of me. I could not find anything like it. I think I got it from a Christmas pack collection. They used to do like Christmas bundles, so I'm sure it's from one of them. So I know this is a little bit more bougie, but it is the only brown lip liner I own, and it's similar colour. So I am going to go in with my Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb, but it is the most close colour that I could get to the Revolution one. And then with this, I used to literally just, again, pop it all over the lips. But when I did my top lip, I had to go. And then this is the look all complete. So when I did mine, I had to do my... There are a few things I have to say about what I like and what I dislike. Starting off with what I like, I really, really like the cheeks and the blusher and the highlight. The highlight is like next level, so I love that. I really like how I've put like my blusher on my nose, across my cheeks, and the way I've done my highlight. I do also like the combination of the lip colour, so using a brown lip gloss, which I never really use. Things I'm not keen on, I did not like my eyebrow method. I want a brush, I want a spoolie, I want to make it more clean, and I want to take more time on my eyebrows. And I did not like the way I did my eyeshadow. I want multiple brushes. My eyeliner, anything to do with the eyes, I think the method was just not there, so I would not do that again. And then in terms of the face and the skin, I did like the concealer. I found that really, really nice. Do I want a foundation on? Yes. Anyway, this is the final result. Let me know what you think of how it was applied. Is there anything you would change? Is there anything that you actually like? I do actually kind of like this makeup look. I feel like it's quite like a nice, like, everyday. It's slightly more grungy, but it's still quite nice. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you haven't seen my last one, I'll link it here. If you'd like to see any more videos, let me know in the comments, and if you'd like to, please like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.